Chosen one, there are moments when God remains silent, and there are moments when he pulls back the curtain. I believe you're entering one of those moments now because God is saying, the truth you've been praying for is about to come into the light, not so you can seek revenge, not so you can humiliate anyone, but so you will finally understand why certain doors refuse to open, why certain relationships suddenly changed, and why your spirit kept feeling uneasy around one particular person. Chosen one, for a long time, you've blamed yourself. You wondered, what did I do wrong? Why does nothing seem to work? Why does every breakthrough seem to disappear at the last moment? You questioned your own decisions. You questioned your prayers. You even questioned whether God had forgotten you. But what if the delay wasn't because God wasn't moving? What if heaven was quietly protecting you from someone who smiled in your face, while secretly hoping you would never reach your purpose? Listen carefully. Not everyone who stands beside you is standing for you. Some people celebrate your company, but fear your calling. They enjoy the version of you that remains small. But the moment God begins lifting you higher, something inside them changes. Jealousy quietly replaces joy. Competition replaces support. Comparison replaces love. And the most dangerous part, it rarely happens openly. Chosen one, the enemy understands something many people ignore. If he cannot stop God's plan, he will try to delay it through unhealthy relationships. That is why discernment is one of heaven's greatest gifts. Not every battle is against circumstances. Some battles are about recognizing who should no longer have access to your life. Jesus loved everyone, but he did not trust everyone. Even among the 12 disciples, Jesus knew Judas carried a different spirit, yet he never became bitter. He simply remained obedient to the Father's plan. Chosen one, have you noticed that every time you shared a dream with a certain person, confusion followed? Every time you celebrated progress, your confidence suddenly disappeared after speaking with them? Every time you stepped toward a new opportunity, doubt somehow found its way into your heart? Pay attention. The enemy often sends discouragement through familiar voices. Not every opinion deserves a place in your spirit. Some conversations steal more peace than entire storms. Chosen one, God has been protecting you in ways you cannot yet see. There are prayers you think went unanswered that were actually answered with protection. There are invitations you mourned losing that would have taken you away from your assignment. There are people who walked away, not because God abandoned you, but because heaven was making room for healthier relationships. Sometimes the greatest blessing isn't who enters your life, it's who quietly leaves. Chosen one, Joseph experienced this. His brothers smiled with him, ate beside him, laughed beside him, yet jealousy was quietly growing inside their hearts. When they threw Joseph into the pit, they believed they had destroyed his future. But here's what they never understood. No human being can cancel what God has already ordained. People may delay your journey, but they cannot delete your destiny. The pit became the pathway. The prison became preparation. And the betrayal became the bridge that carried Joseph to the palace. Chosen one, the same God who protected Joseph is protecting you, even when you don't recognize it, even when the process feels unfair, even when you're asking questions heaven hasn't answered yet, because God sees conversations you never hear, intentions you'll never know, plans made behind closed doors. He doesn't expect you to discover everything on your own. He simply asks you to trust his guidance. Chosen one, here's something many people misunderstand. Exposure isn't always dramatic. Sometimes God exposes people by allowing their own actions to reveal their true character. Without you arguing, without you defending yourself, without you trying to convince anyone. Truth has a way of revealing itself over time. Darkness can only hide until light enters the room, and God is light. What has remained hidden cannot remain hidden forever. Chosen one, if you've been asking God to reveal the truth, prepare your heart, because the answer may surprise you. It may not be the person you expected. Sometimes the person blocking your blessing isn't someone who openly hates you. It's someone who secretly fears your growth. They don't even realize what they're doing. Their insecurity becomes resistance. Their fear becomes criticism. Their comparison becomes discouragement. Pray for discernment, not suspicion. There is a difference. God never calls his children to become paranoid. He calls them to become wise. Chosen one, there is another truth you must hear. Sometimes the greatest obstacle isn't another person. Sometimes it's the old version of yourself, the fearful version, the insecure version, the version that still needs everyone's approval. God cannot take you into your next season while you're still carrying yesterday's identity. Perhaps this season has been exposing not only people around you, but habits within you. The need to please everyone, the fear of disappointing people, the inability to say no. Every lesson matters because God is preparing someone stronger than the person who entered this season. Chosen one? David had Saul. Saul wasn't just jealous, he was threatened. David never stole Saul's position. God appointed David long before David wore a crown. Saul spent years trying to stop God's plan. Did it work? No. Because when God chooses someone, no amount of jealousy can erase his decision. The same is true for you. People may misunderstand you. They may criticize you. They may underestimate you, but they cannot rewrite heaven's decision concerning your life. Chosen one. As this truth begins unfolding, guard your heart. Don't celebrate someone's exposure. Celebrate God's protection. Don't become proud because someone else fell. Become grateful because God kept you. The enemy would love nothing more than for your breakthrough to produce arrogance. Stay humble. Stay prayerful. Stay teachable. Remember, everything you have is still grace. Chosen one. I believe that over the coming days, you'll begin noticing clarity. Things that once confused you will suddenly make sense. Conversations you ignored will become meaningful. Patterns you've overlooked will become obvious. God is connecting the pieces, not so you'll become angry, but so you'll stop blaming yourself for battles you were never meant to carry. Freedom begins when truth is revealed. Chosen one. There are new relationships God wants to bring into your life. People who celebrate your victories instead of competing with them. People who pray for your success instead of secretly fearing it. People who speak life into your calling instead of filling your heart with doubt. But heaven cannot fill a room that's already crowded. Sometimes God removes before he adds. Pruning always comes before growth. Don't mourn every ending. Some endings are answered prayers. Chosen one. As you move into this next chapter, listen more carefully to God's peace than to people's opinions. Peace has protected you more times than you realize. If something steals your peace repeatedly, bring it before God. If someone consistently leaves you feeling distant from your purpose, pray before giving them greater access. Boundaries are not a lack of love. Sometimes boundaries are wisdom. Jesus loved the crowds, but often withdrew to be alone with the Father. If the Son of God needed healthy boundaries, so do you. Chosen one. The blessing you've been waiting for has never been canceled. It has never been forgotten. It has only been delayed until the right people surrounded your journey. God is not only preparing the blessing, he's preparing the environment where it can flourish. That means removing what weakens your faith, strengthening what builds your spirit, and exposing anything that threatens your assignment. One day, you'll look back at this season, not with bitterness, but with gratitude, because you'll realize God wasn't taking something away from you. He was protecting something far more valuable, your purpose, your peace, your future, and your calling. Remember this truth forever. When heaven exposes what has been hidden, it is never to destroy you. It is to free you. Walk forward without fear. Trust God's timing more than your own understanding. And know this, chosen one, the God who reveals hidden things is the same God who is preparing a blessing that no person can block forever. Because what God has destined for your life, no human hand can permanently stop. Your season is changing. Your vision is becoming clearer. And the truth you've been waiting for is about to set you free.